Today we will start muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is a type of animal tissues. Muscular tissues have three types: skeletal, smooth and cardiac. So let's start with the first one, skeletal. So basically skeletal muscular tissues are attached to the skeleton of our body. So basically they help the bones move. Now let's come to the characteristics of skeletal tissue. So they are long and cylindrical in shape. They are unbranched and they are striated. Basically, striated means that they show striations, which are linings of proteins, actin and myosin, which help in the relaxation and contraction of the muscles. So basically, this point striated means that they show alternate light and dark bands, called striations. The fourth point is they are multinucleate, which means in a single cell of the skeletal muscular tissue, there are more than one nucleus. There are multiple nuclei. And nuclei are positioned in the periphery of the cell, which means they are not centrally located but are positioned on the periphery. So periphery basically means boundary. The last point, they are voluntary in nature. This means that we can consciously control them according to our will. This is unlike the other two types of muscular tissues. Since we cannot control them, they function automatically. But the skeletal muscular tissue we can control according to our will. So now that we have covered the first type of muscular tissue, the skeletal tissue, let's move on to the next. Before moving on, let's review it for a second. So it was long and cylindrical, it was unbranched, striated, multinucleate, in the periphery, voluntary. Yeah, so we'll write those. So the smooth muscular tissue. It is short and spindle shaped. It is unbranched. It is uninucleate, which means that a single cell of the smooth muscular tissue contains only one nucleus, unlike the skeletal muscular tissue. So uni means one and nucleate means nucleus. And the nucleus is positioned centrally, which means they are positioned in the middle of the cell and not in the periphery. And they are non-striated. So basically, they don't show any light or dark bandings. So they don't show any striations. So they are known as non-striated. And the last point, they are involuntary in nature. This means that we cannot consciously control them. They work on their own. And the smooth muscular tissues are basically present in the walls of internal organs. So they don't help in much movement, only occasional movement. So that's why they are non-striated. Because striations are basically linings consisting of the proteins, actin and myosin, which help in movement. So if they are non-striated, this means that they don't contribute much to movement. Now that we have covered the two types, let's move on to the third, which is cardiac. So it is short and rectangular. It is branched. It is uninucleate. It is involuntary, which means that we cannot consciously control them, but they work on their own. They show faint alternate light and dark bandings, which means they show faint striations. And also intercalated discs are present, which means the connection between the fibers. Also, an interesting fact, like cardiac muscles are present in our heart and they never get fatigue. In our whole lifetime, they continue beating, they continue relaxing and contracting, they never get tired, they never stop. So this was the video which explained the three types of muscular tissues. So thank you for watching. For getting to know more about tissues and other subjects, please subscribe and continue watching my videos.